Today we're going to discuss the longitude of price for SpaceX. I've had a multitude of questions and inquiries about that. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the scale. We're going to first have a look at my traveling square that I take with me in my suitcase, and then we'll revert back to this one. This here is my traveling square. As you can see, I've cut it and have it taped together. It's ready to go on another trip here soon. I've taped all the planets, but I've taken the scale, as you can see, for longitude. The first circle goes around to 36 or 360, and then we just keep adding another circle on top until we can find where the actual asset or instrument we're interested in is vibrating. So after 144, adding 36 to the circle of 144 brings us to 180. So we're going to now use this ring here and put it on my 7th generation black square, and we're going to take a look at where the planets are and see how we come up with our determinations. Okay, so I just placed the other ring on top of here so that you can see we're just expanding from 144 to the 180, the next ring. And let's now just take a look at where the placements of these planets are. So I've set it up for the June 21st, and we're going to take a calculation. So I took this calculation from two different places on the ring. First one at the 144 ring, running up to 180, and then realizing that the sum of these three calculations, the mean of 12, the cycle of 8, and the mean of 5, were 150 to 154, 156. So I immediately went up to the next ring of 180 to 216, and from there I put where the sun and all these 12 bodies are, and I did a sum of 12 divided by 12, and our mean of 12 is 192, the cycle of 8 is 188, and the mean of 5 came up with 190, meaning these 5 planets added up and divided by 5, these 8 planets added up divided by 8, and the sum total of 12 divided by 12. And what we did find was the actual closing price, or the opening and high, was 194. The low for that day on the 18th here was 172, and the closing was 183. So you can see how the measurement of using the longitude of the circle helps us find and identify where these resistance levels are. So we just take where these planets are on the circle and find out its numerical value based on the longitude of the circle, that ring, and we're able to make logical and sensible determinations using William Gann's method for longitude of resistance price levels. So you can see now that on my older square ring here, I put some stickers on there to just bring us up, so it can help us identify things like I was doing for some clients, XRP, which made a high at 363, and of course a high at 383. And you can also note how prices, they vibrate back and forth between each tops or lows, and usually land about 180, not always. Sometimes it's 90 degrees, sometimes it's only a 45-degree angle between them. So we just measure what the asset or the stock or whatever we're interested in is vibrating at, and we're able to find out where it is and where we think it is likely to move given the movements that it is already done. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. This recording came with a lot of inquiries. I was getting quite a few inquiries about the longitude of price and how we would find that and make these determinations. It's not that difficult, you guys. It just takes a few minutes to get comfortable with using this circle and then adding up where, all these placements of these bodies are and the numerical value. So just to give you another quick reference here. So looking at the planet of Uranus, or not Uranus, sorry, Neptune. Neptune is at 180. It's right on the beginning of the new part of the circle of longitude. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about this planet right here. This is Neptune. We've come around the circle, and here is 180. And for every 10 degrees, we would just add one more. So from 180, this would be 181. Then this would be 182, 183, 184, and so on. You get the idea. And that would just go all the way around up to the next ring, which would be 216 or 2160, depending on if you're adding zeros from 360. So each ring we just add 36, and we can find out where this asset, or any asset for that matter, is vibrating. I've showed you how to do this on the inner part of the square, and now I'm completing that task with showing you the longitude and how we would make determinations where these planets are inside the circle, which is really our measuring tape. It's just taking a straight line and continue it on, but keeping it condensed in a circle. So that's longitude. I hope this was educational for you and that you found some value. You can contact us here at debov13@gmail.com or 1-250-212-6922 and text me. I have a 25% off special going on if you can figure out some cryptic messages that I put out. I've had a great inquiry about all that, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that has completed that cipher. Again, also thank you to Google and YouTube. YouTube, I know, has changed their algorithm lately so that channels that are small, or channels even like myself, I don't consider myself a big channel. We have, just around under 8,000 subscribers. And I've also had some people from other channels say to me, hey, you know what? My videos aren't getting the views that they were getting before. And that's because YouTube changed their algorithm policy back in April. And this is the reason why you're probably seeing a lower view rates, or maybe people that are subscribed to your channel aren't getting the content. I'm not picking on YouTube, not in any way. Let me just be clear about that. This is just educational purposes. I read the perspective that came out and released on Google about YouTube's new algorithm, and it's no secret. So if you're having a channel and you're starting to find some struggling, that's due to some policy changes that YouTube has implemented. However, do I still think YouTube is a great platform? Certainly. Any platform that provides us with a manner in which to express our work and the things that we do, then I'm definitely approve of that. Anyways, peace and love, brothers and sisters. Hopefully you're having a terrific weekend, and I'm wishing you a terrific week ahead. Peace and love.